It is Monday on the Second Cup of Sunrise Pod with James. I'm Brennan, back after the weekend. First full week of spring is here. Plenty of rain yesterday.
Soaker.
Plenty of basketball on as well with the March Madness. We'll get into all that. You had a big tease toward the end of last week's shows about home reassessments.
Yeah, it's a weird one. So my home assessment went up 86%, so almost 100%. Literally, my house value almost doubled. Right?
You brought this up in the same day. We must have gotten 5 or 6 emails from Penfield, Parrington area people.
Right. That are just upset is the general. Now, the assessment went up, but the amount of taxes that I will be paying is about the same.
It's good
so
to
it
hear.
doesn't change. So the tax levy doesn't change. So everybody's is going up significantly. And, some people's taxes are going up quite a bit. Others are seeing, I heard one of my neighbors, his house went assessed over 100% of value, but his taxes are still going down, Brennan.
That's what they do say. And I was about to say, have we ever heard of someone who, that caveat, the local town supervisors, the tax department for the state will say they can go up, but yours could also go down, depending on the whole base, how it works out. Yeah.
And what it kind of tells me is, like, if that person does have their taxes go up, does that mean that they were getting a deal over the past several years?
Do you know when the last time it was done?
Over 5 years ago. 10 years, I think it was.
I think Webster I think it's 20 years.
Is
a long time, and they're finally getting ready to do theirs. That was one thing that I thought was odd. Out of all things here in New York State, there's no requirement that they have to do them over a certain time frame. I think when we were in Myrtle Beach, I think it was once a decade or once every 5 years they had to do it.
Right, sure.
And they would put it through. And so it's just been a long, long time for a lot of these people.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't argue with how much houses are being sold for.
No.
When your house is valued at 150 and it's being sold at 300, how can you say you can't assess my house? Yeah, you can. The neighbors were just sold for $300,000.
It is insane still looking around that we're not going to move. But I also check Zillow property records. It did this house, up the street sell or something. And you're just like, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bonkers. So it's like, you might think you know what your house is worth, but then put it on the market and you're going to get a lot more for it. So it's wild. So yeah, it's, do I want to fight it? Not really. Do I think I could maybe get it dropped in a few $1,000s in value? Would that make a difference? Probably not. So
yeah. I was trying to think of some of the houses we looked at before we settled, of just ones that stood out. There was one, we looked at the Fairport area, and it was a Cape Cod. It was a small house, and we were thinking this could be one in our budget. And I go in and we look at it, and yes, 2 floors. When I walked up the steps, I was going to have to duck every single day. It was so short.
Oh, wow.
It must have been 5.5 feet tall,
going up
maybe
the stairs?
5'8", going up.
Oh, man.
So going up and coming down. There was even a pad stuck there where people had it before. And I was like, could I imagine if we had gone and went for that area? I don't think we put an offer on it. This is when we were searching, put in like 5 to 8 offers on houses. Couldn't get it. Right. That was one. I was trying to think, if we had actually gone for that, I would have just been showing up to work with bruises all the time, going through.
That's a lifestyle change you don't want to have to make.
No.
Bending over to go upstairs every day.
We lucked out and got in. So we moved into our house 21. How long have you been in yours?
20.
Yeah. So just before the real craziness.
Yeah, exactly. And no plans on going anywhere for sure.
Yeah.
So
breaking news from both of us. We're staying put.
Yeah. And I think we need more housing, but nobody wants it.
I'm actually
if you're living there, no one wants it. If you're not living there, it's tough.
I'm going through the whole process of maybe switching insurance again on the car and the house, because that went up a bit. And I was doing some Googling, and I think this started last year when my home insurance went up, and they were saying, yes, because of a lot of reasons.
Sure.
It's going up. It's the first time I ever noticed my mortgage payment had actually changed, and it went up again this year. So now I'm getting quotes, shopping around.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
I know. It's just a
bundle.
A pain with the
Every
documents.
commercial you watch.
Yes.
Bundle.
Let's do your dog, cat, bird, whatever we can throw in there. You got a canoe. We'll throw that in there too.
Life insurance. I've seen a lot of life insurance commercials randomly.
Radios everywhere. Radio ads for it.
Am I going to die soon?
I hope not. I know.
You got to have to hire.
But they're saying it's this is what you're not getting from your employer. We can do this within 3 to 4 days, and it could be $500,000, whatever it may be. Just to make sure your bases are covered with tax season. Still haven't done those, by the way.
You got to do your taxes.
I have 2 weeks from tomorrow. Is that correct? The 15th?
Yeah. Is Steph
Close to it, 3 weeks.
Come on, you need to do your taxes?
I do them every year.
Yeah, but isn't she like kicking you in the pants like you got to get them done?
No.
Not
she's
at all.
I don't think she's ever asked about it.
Oh my gosh.
I usually just give her a heads up that, hey, I need 3 hours on this Saturday or Sunday to do it. Just sit down and do it.
Buddy.
And I'm like,
I got the W-2s in, and my wife is like, give me your W-2s immediately. Stop what you're doing right now.
She does them.
Well,
you got somebody
it's
who does
through,
it. Yeah.
she gets the documents together and then sends them over.
No, mine are in a secure place. As soon as they show up in the mail or I have to print them off here at work, I put them there and I know where they all are. The school taxes, Star Credit, you got to remember whatever the check was to put that in there in the folder, and I'll go through and do it eventually.
Right.
Yes. I got time.
More power to you.
I put it off all the time, but then it's also at the same time that my car insurance is due, the garbage is due. Like they're all within like 5 or 6 weeks.
Oh, man.
And so I have to save up to know that every spring, I should have done this in January, take care of that. We have a bit of a situation going on at our house.
Yes.
American Girl dolls, they're very popular way back when.
Sure. 90s.
Yes, hand-me-downs. Julia recently got one from my mother-in-law, and she loves it, carries it everywhere, changes her clothes, plays with her all the time, sleeps with her. She's always in the car. And it was the Kirsten doll. That was the name. And that was the name that everybody had for this one. And over the weekend, she goes, I want to give her a new name.
Huh.
And so Stephanie has this conversation, says, you don't want Kirsten? She's like, no.
Yeah.
And she goes, what do you want to call her? And she goes, Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Of all names.
That's a lovely name.
It is, except for the horror genre. Because Annabelle, when it is the name of an alleged creepy possessed doll.
Yeah.
I think it was the doll for the Conjuring franchise.
Oh, man.
And
what
just
a name she picked.
Annabelle. I mean, it just, that's what she wanted to go
Is
with.
there any reason why she picked that name?
What did she say? She said that she had heard it before. And then we're like, okay.
AB for short.
Whenever you search, what is the Annabelle doll? That's what comes up. Purportedly, demonically possessed Raggedy Ann doll that became famous through the Conjuring movie franchise. 1970, the doll was given to a nursing student and allegedly moved on its own, wrote messages, attacked people, prompting paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren to remove it. It currently resides in a sealed glass box in Connecticut.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So we have that.
And now it's almost as spooky as the beeping that you might hear in the background.
That we have work going on, and there is large machinery driving up and down the hallway.
It's a huge bucket truck. Not bucket truck, but like a bucket, like a little zoomer thing. I'm sure it's got a fancy name.
Yes,
for
with
it.
the little X stands, and they expand as it goes up, and they're doing the ventilation, some of the lighting going on. And
we have like 30-foot ceilings in the hallway. It's pretty cool to see, and we have lights. And I was always wondering, like, are they going to use a ladder to get there? And then no, they've got this device. So our hallways are much brighter now.
They are.
Because of this new lighting.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad, because when you walk in the building at 3:30 in the morning, I kind of prefer it dark.
Yeah.
But, you know, I get it. For safety, it's probably good to have the lights.
They changed one in the break room, too. When I walked in there just before the show, I was like, my gosh.
I know.
This is like, it's whenever you go to buy a light and maybe you just misread it or you forgot how strong of one you need, and then you plug it in your house and your ceiling fan, whatever, and you're like, whoa, this is like really bright. And I recognized it because I was going in to clean my glasses. Do you wear glasses at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting conversation with David and the other James who works here.
Yeah.
Because I go to the sink, I take them off, I get some of the dish soap, put one drop on my finger, clean them under warm water.
Nice.
And then I use my microfiber to clean it.
Sure.
They're like, that's how you clean your glasses? I said, yeah. And I'm like, how do you do it? And David goes, I just use the spray or the wipes. Other James goes, I just use my shirt. But whenever I went to the eye doctor and I did that in front of her, said, knock it off. Stop doing that.
Oh,
You're
really?
going to scratch them all up. How do you clean yours?
Usually with my shirt.
Oh. It's like the number one thing they say don't.
Oh,
because it scratched the fibers.
I thought with cloth it was okay. Maybe it's because of the plastic in your shirts, the poly.
Maybe. I knew nothing about glasses till I got them 3-4 years ago, and whenever I searched it, someone just said, one thing, a little dish soap, some warm water, no marks.
And then use the micro cloth.
Yep, to dry it.
Thing.
and then let
makes
that
sense.
air dry and then wash it.
I probably wear my glasses for 10% of the day. It's
ever worn 'em on
mostly
TV?
contacts. If I'm wearing it on TV, something is seriously wrong.
Well, no.
Like my eyes, like I try to put a contact in and it like fought my eye, basically. It's extremely rare. I love contacts. I'm a big contacts guy.
Yeah. Haven't even considered. I don't want to have to do it all the time.
I love touching my eye. It's like my favorite thing to do. So I'll do it right now if you want.
Oh, no, that's just weird. Like Annabelle. We'll be back here in just a little bit. Back here on the pod this Monday. If you're a Syracuse Orange fan or graduate,
Yeah.
I myself, I like the Orange.
Alumnus.
Yes, the women, they advance. They play tonight against UConn. So they have
Nice.
that in the
Oh,
tournament.
boy. Number one.
Yeah, so
It could be tough.
that spread's got to be 28 points,
Oh, man.
something like that.
That's tough.
I have to look it up. The men's, though, they have not been in March Madness for quite a number of years.
Yeah.
The big news, though, over the weekend, lots of reports out that GMAC, Jerry McNamara, will be taking over the helm at the Hill, and he'll be the next coach coming over from Siena, who almost had the surprise of the century with that run against Duke, the number 1 overall seed here last week. So he, of course, was with the Orange in 2003. That was his freshman year, the Mello team that won the school its only national title. From 2009 to 23, he was part of the team's coaching staff under a number of roles, started as a graduate manager to associate head coach. Then he took the job at Siena, where he took a team that had only won 4 games in the season
There's the
before.
throwback photo.
Yeah, looks good. Oh, Syracuse and Georgetown. What we could have had. That's what they took from us. Yeah. He turned them around, got them into the NCAA tournament. And the big thing with the recruitment is how much money do you have? Apparently, SU officials have committed to the funding for NIL to put the Orange in the top third of the ACC, talking about millions and millions. As this is all but official, here are some Orange fans talking about the hire.
Kind of exciting. He was my pick.
Obviously going to Siena, you saw what he did there, brought him to the tournament this year, so obviously he's doing something right, and great recruiter, so, hopefully you can bring that to Syracuse. Got to watch out, hopefully that, that McNamara can kind of apply his own type of scheme to the system, like something original, something new, maybe a more fast-paced offense, just some better sets overall.
I think they'll have a better showing in the ACC tournament, and I think they're going to make it into the 64 for next year.
There you have the predictions. Varsity, great place for pizza.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah. So
If you can get in.
that's true.
Packed.
It is jammed.
Doesn't matter
the
when you
grease
go.
smell all in the air. You can go
Yeah.
grab a quick slice, but that'd be fun and good for him. So he's making the 2-hour trip west
Yeah.
to come back.
Pretty
and
cool.
coach. Yeah.
Love those throw. He's got to get that look again. The handle.
Look at that with the beard too, cutting down the nets. God, that was
Yeah.
23 years ago.
Ugh,
Way
love it.
back
Where
when.
nobody ever wore an undershirt. You just wore the jersey.
Nothing. And it was a long pants.
Yeah,
Before
they
they
had the
came
long
back to wearing the
shorts.
shorter ones.
Yeah.
And of course, you see him there next to Adrian Autry, who lost his job after a couple of seasons, but
Yeah.
came in, new AD, new basketball coach. I was trying to think, I feel better about this than when Joe Brady got hired for the Bills. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Just because there were like bigger names and fish out there that you thought maybe Buffalo would go
Sure.
get, but they kept it in-house. This with basketball, from what you were reading, like there wasn't like the big name guy to go get. Maybe the Hodgson guy who was at South Florida from Buffalo, but he took the job at Providence. But McNamara, everyone's on board.
He proved himself. He was able to prove himself
Yeah,
with a different
real
team
quick.
and see the turnaround there. So for what it's worth, you hope that it's he can do something similar with Syracuse.
Just make the tournament. Speaking of brackets, I came across this story because no one's perfect.
How's
of
yours
course.
doing?
I had Michigan winning it
Yeah.
against Florida, which will not happen after they got upset by Iowa.
Yeah.
That was the fastest playing team, like the team with most possessions per game versus Iowa, which was the least, like 365th out of the whole country.
Wow. Really
So it
slow.
was like, yeah. And they
odd.
pulled off the upset.
I
How's
guess
yours?
slow wins.
Who'd you pick for a winner?
For a winner, I had Virginia, so they're done. See you later.
It was the Tennessee game, right? They had.
Yeah, lost to Tennessee. It was close too.
The longest verifiable streak of correct picks in a bracket to start the tournament's 49. That was in 2019. So a guy from Ohio predicted the whole tournament into the Sweet 16.
Wow.
Something they haven't seen in years. So in 2026, they made it to the Tennessee-Virginia game, the last perfect bracket. That was the 44th game.
Wow.
Imagine getting all the other ones right. High point, different things, some of the upsets.
Wild.
Yeah. And then just before that, so last season, someone made it to 43. So they've always made it to about that first Sunday.
Sure.
Into
No one's
the
ever
tournament.
gotten perfect.
No one's ever had a Sweet 16.
Wow.
That's wild. Out of the 4-5 million that they get.
Right.
But yeah,
it's tough. It's very strange to do that, to try to pick the exact right ones, and then it's not just picking one round. You got to do the next round and the next round and the next round. So it's better chance of getting bit by a shark.
They've said, this is the NCAA, whoever wrote this, they've tracked about 20 to 25 million online brackets per year since 2016 using leaderboards, combination with reporting and information from that. And that's how they come up with this. They, and there were questions over how long. There was some rumor that someone made it much further before, but it turned out that it was one where you could change picks in between.
Oh, really?
And I was like, come on, that doesn't work.
It makes me happy that I don't sports bet, because you get it crushed and you're like, oh goodness. But everybody stinks, which is kind of a level playing field. I enjoy watching Charles Barkley go to his board and then cross out, because it's like these guys are the pros and they're just saying, well, I got this wrong, I got this wrong. So it's kind of entertaining to watch the best of the best talk about how they messed up with it. You know?
He's a pro, and he talks about gambling too, of going to Vegas and betting on stuff. So he would know, but that's done. The interesting story out of Canandaigua, by the way, we got a press release saying that they are looking at some EVs adding to the fleet. So you see that there, they've got an F-150 Lightning. Man, I want one of those just to have it.
They look really nice.
Plug in anything. They also got a Mustang that is a Mach E that they're going to be doing. So the truck is going to be used for carrying big loads, obviously, and providing a power source for equipment. That's going to work with the evidence and crime scene team. And then the Mustang will be with the traffic enforcement unit. And yes, as soon as we start to put together this story, and we're sure that many of you have the same questions that we have as for the police chief, and he spoke about that.
We're not certain how they'll function in this environment. If they work, it'll be a great test. If they don't work, it'll also be a great test, because we just showed that these cars are not conducive for law enforcement. Will that vehicle make it through the shift? Will the way that we drive them, will the vehicles hold up the same way that the conventional patrol cars will?
They're going to try it. They look good.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, why not try it, see if they work? If they don't get through the shift, if they can't make it happen, then swap back over. But the F-150, I've heard a lot. I mean, I don't think they're making the truck anymore, Brennan. I think they discontinued it. We'd have to look that up.
Just like 2-3 years ago?
It really
feels
didn't.
like, yeah.
The biggest issue that they were having was with gross tonnage, like hauling heavy mass weights for long periods of time. That's something you just can't do. But the ability to charge other things works really well. It's got great pickup. You can gas it 0 to 60 is incredible with these cars. But
I was thinking about how officers, they always leave their cars on, no matter where they're parked. If they're on break, if they're just sitting there. And a lot of it's to have the computers, the scanners, whatever, so you don't have to like reboot it. So I was thinking about this always being on, battery going down a little bit. But it was nice for them to let us go see it.
Right, that's pretty
looks
neat.
cool. Looks
we got to
cool.
keep on this story and get the final review and see if they'll keep it.
See if one of those officers had range anxiety ever when it was responding somewhere to offer some support. But looking good there in the Finger Lakes. Maple Weekends are back all over New York. Of course, another sign of spring. We stopped by Schaaf's Sugar Shack in Victor. That's on Willis Hill Road. They've been there for 18 and a half years or so. What they do is maple tubing. So many groups do this, and this is collecting maple sap with about 10 miles of tubing across 700 or so trees.
People come in here, we take them right from sap to syrup through the whole process of how we haul it back here, how we tap the trees, the reverse osmosis, evaporation, filtration, and bottling, right? Basically start to finish. My favorite part of it is when we get all the sap back here and we can boil, watch some March Madness on the flat screen TV over there, and just make a quality product. It's great to have friends and family over to share in that.
So that guy, what did he get? Just get 4 half gallons?
I think those might.
Or those?
I don't know if those are.
I was looking at the sign in the back.
I know I was too.
Did you?
Did you see the prices?
Yeah.
65. I think they're asking
For the gallon.
For a gallon. I mean, where do you even put that?
It is about right in terms of what you see at these farms going around.
Yeah.
Kind
I
of
think
the,
it's
the
30.
going price.
Is it 50 gallons of sap for 1 gallon of maple syrup? It's
It's
something like that.
We have some friends who run Shadow Hill out in Ontario, and it's always nice to go see because it is just you. Of course, you hang out in the sugar house, have your pancakes, whatever, donuts, and then you walk out into the woods, and it's just there are just tubes
everywhere. Yeah,
everywhere. And you just think about how painstaking just to come through and to make that.
Use the gravity to let it work for you. And you just don't like. I will get one of those smaller jugs, and it takes us. We do pancakes like once a week, almost every Sunday. We do pancakes, and it takes a long time for us to get through a little pint.
I know.
So for us, it just we don't use it enough. You ever cook with maple syrup?
Cook with it?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't think I have, but
Yeah.
I've heard of it. Yes.
There's only one dish that I do that's with spaghetti squash, actually. And it's a strange dish that we just found a recipe for, and we just loved it. It's like goat cheese and apple cider vinegar, and then maple syrup, and all those mixed together, and then you put that onto cooked spaghetti squash.
I like that.
With bacon. You
Come
put
on.
bacon in there. You got to put a protein in, right?
It's so good.
And that's pretty good. That's a good meal. But that's the only dish I ever do really with maple syrup. But you can put it. You can bake with it obviously as well. Sometimes I'll make like protein balls and I'll put it in there.
I like that. I was put on pancake making duty yesterday.
How'd that go?
Well, there were instructions. You can just make your pancakes however it is. The girls like mini pancakes because we have a special dish where you can put syrup just on the side and they want to be able to pick and dip them. But they like banana pancakes and not just that. Stephanie goes, here's what you have to do.
Okay.
So get a banana, put it in a bowl, mash it up till it's almost liquid.
Nice.
And then you use a bunch of yogurt in it. Mix that up.
Oh, okay.
Then you put in your powder. If you have to use some milk or water, you can after that. But basically, they are banana yogurt pancakes.
Very thick.
Yes. And I threw those in the pan, and she said, are you making them small enough? First round, I thought, it might be a little big. I don't want bad reviews whenever
How
I do
small
some room
are they?
service. 50-cent piece.
That's pretty
Something
small.
like- Yeah. So I made a bunch of those, probably 15, 16 in total,
Yeah.
and passed the test.
Fun.
Yes. And then
sounds
I
like
just
fun.
made my normal one, giant one, peanut butter all over it.
Yeah.
Local syrup. I forget where we got it. It's somewhere from maybe Williamson. I just picked it up at a farmer's market.
Nice. I might have
It
to
was
try
good.
that. That's kind of fun. Just a splash of milk, one banana, and
One
then
whole
yogurt.
banana and then yogurt. And it was basically just one big
How
scoop
much
of
powder?
yogurt. Eyeball.
Oh, really? Man.
Whenever I did pour the powder in, I looked at it and I was
You
like,
don't know.
I don't know. And I tried to
Right.
stir it up and I was like, where's all the yogurt and the bananas that I
Yeah.
had? So I may have had to use a little bit
You
more
can be
milk
looser.
on that.
I do a whole cup of powder and then like
Oh, I
half
was
a
way
cup of
over that.
milk.
It was just pour the bag.
Oh, wow.
Eyeball everything.
Bold of you.
Eyeball everything. Got that. You got about 30 seconds for the weather here.
Yeah, not too exciting of a week. Maybe people are happy about that. A couple of flurries today, chilly out there, but we see some improvements. 40s tomorrow, 50s Wednesday, Thursday, crash down on Friday. But, I said it earlier, this cold snaps, you only get one day, maybe two max, really, before you just come right back up into the 40s.
Got the message. The plow stakes coming up this
Yeah.
week. They said next week at the latest. It's done. We'll see you at noon. Back here tomorrow on the pod.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.